أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم الحمد لله رب العالمين والصلاة والسلام على أشرف المرسلين سيدنا محمد وعلى آله وصحبه وسلم. اللهم افتح علينا فتوح العارفين بحكمتك وانثر علينا من خزائن علمك. اللهم علمنا ما ينفعنا وانفعنا بما علمتنا إنك بكل شيء عليم بالإجابة جدير. نعم المولى ونعم النصير. Welcome to our session today, and I would like to start with congratulating you for Ramadan, and may Allah bless our times, bless our age, bless our life, and bless our Ramadan, Ya Rabbil Alameen. The topic today is healthy nutrition in Ramadan. I believe that this is a very important part of our life because food is the fuel of our life. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala created us to be, nourished by food that He also created. We cannot escape this fact. We are here to worship Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. But how can we worship Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala without, the fuel that He provided us? Talking about food in Ramadan, I also believe is part of the purposes of Ramadan. Because Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala said, يا أيها الذين آمنوا كتب عليكم الصيام كما كتب على الذين من قبلكم لعلكم تتقون. This taqwa, we talked about it last time. How can you be righteous without good food? How? It's very connected to choose and select your food while you are seeking taqwa. Because if you don't select the pure food, what happens to you? What happens to you? Yes, you become weak. And how would you worship Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala? I'm trying here now to conceptualize this topic. The topic of food, people maybe grew up with food, so they don't think about it. They grew up in a society, they just consume food, but they don't think about that food. But we are here trying to link it to our purpose, to our, purpose of existence here on earth. So still I need to elaborate more on this issue about how food is affecting your spirituality. If you are looking to be a spiritual person, you need to nourish your body that actually encompasses your spirit with high quality food, pure food. And we can see this clear in the Holy Quran and in the tradition also of the Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam. In the Holy Quran, in Surah Al-Kahf, those people who are so righteous, who escaped their people after 300 years, of course they did not know that they spent 300 years. But after 300 years, when they woke up, they stipulated something on the food that they buy from the market. They say, أيها أزكى طعاما. So when they sent the person to buy them food, they stipulated it must be very pure. So that is how righteous people, they select the purest food. This is number one. Number two, or the evidence number two in the Sunnah. How would Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala answer your prayers if your food is not halal? So you need to select the best food and the halal food. But we have an issue here with food. We may call it a problem. Let's reflect on ourselves. Let's reflect on our society. What's the problem of food that we have? Really, we are, as a Muslim ummah, we are really suffering from a problem, and Muslims should actually reevaluate themselves and rethink about what they're doing. The first problem is the quantity of food that they consume. And how is this related to also righteousness? Look at the verse. وَكُلُوا وَاشْرَبُوا وَلَا تُسْرِفُوا إِنَّهُ لَا يُحِبُّ الْمُسْرِفِينَ. And eat and drink, but don't waste by extravagance. Certainly, Allah does not like, is the missing word, Allah does not like the musrifin. It means those who are extravagant. So, to be righteous, is it compatible with being extravagant? No. But let's look at our community. Do they really, think about this seriously? I'm sure they are very good people, but other also a big majority of people, we have a big number of people who really do not care, about the amount of food that they buy or they consume or they throw at the end. So Allah is like saying this is, it's okay, you can eat and drink. It's lawful, it's permissible. But He said, وَلَا تُسْرِفُوا. وَلَا تُسْرِفُوا. It's like nahi here. So be careful. Allah said, don't do this. Why? Because those people who are extravagant, they are brothers of the devils. In another verse, إِنَّ الْمُبَذِّرِينَ كَانُوا إِخْوَانَ الشَّيَاطِينَ وَكَانَ الشَّيْطَانُ لِرَبِّهِ كَفُورًا. So, verily, that's a spelling mistake, verily the spendthrifts are brothers of the devils, and the shaitan is ever ungrateful to his Lord. So do you want to be part of these, classified people or this category? I don't think a good Muslim would like to be. And Allah is also trying, to teach us to be moderate, and He's ordering us to be moderate. Even infaq, even when you spend, like in your maybe expenditure, you have to be moderate. He said, وَالَّذِينَ إِذَا أَنفَقُوا لَمْ يُسْرِفُوا وَلَمْ يَقْتُرُوا وَكَانَ بَيْنَ ذَلِكَ قَوَامًا. And those who, when they spend, are neither extravagant nor niggardly, but hold a medium way between those extremes. So we can see that Allah is showing us the path. Islam is a moderate way of life, and Allah is stressing on this. And the Prophet ﷺ is also, stressing, emphasizing this issue. But when we see here in our community, we claim we are Muslims, but we don't pay attention to this. Why? Maybe because it's becoming culture. Everybody is doing this, so we are doing it, not without thinking, unconsciously. People spend not because they want to spend, but because everybody is spending, everybody is doing that, they do it. And this is the main reason, I think, Wallahu A'lam. The main reason for this, it's becoming culture. And when something becomes culture or part of culture, people practice it without, conscious awareness. They don't think about what they do. They just do it because everybody is doing it. And if this becomes a norm, then be careful. Be careful. وإذا أردنا أن نهلك قرية أمرنا متر فيها ففسقوا فيها فحق عليها القول فدمرناها تدميرا. People, if they just accept this as a norm, as a way of life, without being conscious, what happens? Allah will destroy them. And throughout history it happened. So this is what I'm sad, I see people, they are doing things not because they are aware of what they're doing, just because it's becoming culture or part of culture and they just copy other people. The other problem is the quality of food that people do not think of. it's the halal al-tayyib. It's as al-ta'am. It's the halal that is pure, something, it's the purest food. As a Muslim, you should be selective. You do not just, consume any food that is served to you or available in the market. You should be aware of the things that you put inside. Because this body, we talked about this, your body is sacred. Your body is a trust from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. It's something you cannot replace. And I can give you an example. Look at the car that you have. If you paid thousands, and there is, we don't want to compare here the body with the car, but this is the maybe easiest example that you can see around you. See how people, young people, I have noticed young people alongside the street or in the neighborhoods. What do? Young people, they have cars, and mashallah, they spend hours just polishing them, washing them. Maybe you have seen them. And they spend money on them. And they buy the best parts, the original parts for their cars. Is this wrong? It's not wrong. But why do they, and you will see them after that, they go and buy Coca-Cola and soft drinks, they go to Burger King, KFC, the same people. So what are they doing? They are destroying their body, but they are perfecting and taking care of their what? Cars. The car, if it gets broken, you can replace it. You can change things. But if you lose your kidney by drinking a lot of those, rubbish drinks, I call them rubbish. I'm sorry, guys. They taste good, of course. They taste good. Yeah, they have good flavors, but what they're doing. They are destroying your body. So if you lose your kidney, if you lose one kidney or two kidneys, then when you regret after that, there's no way. Who is going to give you another kidney? And how much if you want to pay for one? If you lose your liver, people do not think about this. But maybe with this example, they will think. Because I wrote an article to be published in a magazine, inshallah, called Zulfa, in the university. I wrote about this issue. Subhanallah, that day, I just put it in my status in the WhatsApp, and one person read it, and it affected him. Because I wrote what I wrote there. I'll give you the example, what I said there. I said, I wonder that people, take care of their cars and they just look for the original parts when something, has to be replaced in their cars. They just look around in the market to buy the best, part for their car, and they don't care how much is that. If it is the original, they just go and take it and buy and pay for it. But you see the same person stopping by also petrol station, and also they choose the best also fuel, oil, gas, whatever, petrol. They ask which one is more suitable for their car. They don't go for the other option, although the other option is not destroying your car. We have 95 and 91, but they make sure that they got the best one for their car or the suitable one for their car. Although if you miss it or you don't care, nothing wrong will happen to your car. Not major thing will just happen, first time or the second time. Maybe except for some cars, Allahu A'lam. But generally speaking, in general, for the majority of cars, nothing will happen like, major thing. This person, he will stop by and he will just pick up those rubbish drinks. I'm not saying they are not halal. They are halal, but they are not tayyib. You can drink them because we cannot say they are haram. Because what evidence you have to say they are haram? But they are not tayyib, they are not pure, they are not the best food. And people drink it regularly, every day. I know a person who has a PhD, Subhanallah. And he's my colleague. But he said, Muneer, I cannot. I have to drink Pepsi every day. For what sake? You are holding a PhD, you should not drink it. It does not match your educational, level. I mean, I cannot believe it. How someone who is very educated, how someone who is very educated, he's drinking Pepsi. It does not work. Why? Because in the past, if you drink Pepsi, we will excuse you in the past. Why? We didn't know. No information about it. It's only a drink in the market, we drink it. But now, you don't need to hold a PhD to reach this conclusion. No. A normal person can just go to Google and search and find not only one website or two or three, you'll find a lot of research, a lot of, like consensus that this drink is not healthy. So if something is not healthy, what is it going to do with your body? It's going to harm you. So don't wait for someone to tell you this is like, haram or this is not good for you. Don't wait for that. You take a decision. When you want to buy a car or a device, don't you go and look at its features? What are the good things? You go and do some kind of research. But what's happening here now, there's some kind of ignorance with people around us, although everybody is now educated. Almost everybody. But I don't know what's happening. There's a contradiction. In the past, when I was young, and I knew that this drink is unhealthy, I thought people, after a few years, this news will be spread, so people will be aware. So this company will lose definitely. That was my prophecy, if I can say that. I thought, something is not good, people do not know about it, after a few years, they will stop, consuming it. Because they will see some kind of cases that maybe in the past we did not have cases, but over time people were affected by these drinks. Either they got addicted to it, or also they got some kind of problems inside their body. I have not completed the person actually who read my article. He said, Muneer, subhanallah, I have not thought of this, that I choose the best thing for my car and I use the worst thing for my body. يقول, subhanallah, I have not linked these two in my life. So what happens? He said, this clicked in my mind, and now I like to buy Pepsi and soft drinks, but when I come to buy them, I ask myself, how come that I accept this drink to go inside and it is not original, it is not healthy? I'm really here contradicting myself. He said just by saying this stopped him. He said, now I don't know how many months, he could not go and, stretch his hand and fetch one soft drink. Why? Because he said, I haven't thought of this, that it's going to harm me over time. And I care more about the car than I care about my body. So people need to find other examples. Okay? So what is the right food? What is the right food or to have healthy nutrition? Because it's our topic, right? Healthy nutrition in Ramadan. You need to have these circles. You need to think about the quality of food, the quantity of food, and the time when to consume the food and how. A lot of people, as I told you now, everybody is reading, but I don't know why they don't read about this. I don't know why. They read about, I don't want to mention that, but they spend days and weeks reading thick novels, Harry Potter, what is there? those thick novels. They spend like, weeks, months, one after the other, but they don't read the catalog that will help their bodies. So what do we need? I mean, we need actually a balance. We need to balance the food that we have. The problem with us that maybe we don't know how to eat because we just maybe focus or take one part of one kind of food and we don't think about its quantity or quality. But we need to think about various, types of food. You need actually grains, you need proteins, you need fruits, you need vegetables, you need oil as well, but healthy oil. You need water, you need drinks. Whatever Allah has created for you, you need to take something from it. Okay, Lala? So what are the right foods? The right foods will always be healthy grown greens that are nature's cure and answer to most diseases and illnesses out there. You should stock up your fridge and pantries with fruits for Ramadan rather than fatty, fried, and junk food. I mean, try your best to select the natural food that is available. Don't go for the processed food. Don't go for the frozen food. All these things are introduced to our society and people are not aware of. They just do it and they think this is the what? They think this is the only thing that is available on earth. I want to just express something here. I'll say something. I don't know if you have thought of this before. Can you believe it? Here in Oman, a lot of people, if I'm not exaggerating here, over 95 and more than 95% of Omanis, they have not tasted the natural chicken meat that are free ranged and free raised. Chicken and eggs. I don't know how many people, can you just raise, I don't know, we cannot take this group as a norm, but I assure you over 95 to 96, maybe 97 people in Oman, they have not tasted the natural or the original, let's say the natural chicken, the Omani chicken. How many people here, tasted the real taste? The real taste. We grew up, unfortunately, with frozen Brazilian chicken, unfortunately. We grew up with, eggs that are forced in a way or another by hormones to be, produced for mass production and mass distribution and mass consumption. This is very sad. And people, when you tell them about this, they say, what do you mean? Natural. You mean those are manufactured chicken? No. But they are not naturally raised. Those chicken that you consume that are available here for people, especially in the past, they were raised in a way just to produce, millions for the world consumption. And they are unhealthy. They are given hormones in a way so they grow up quickly in few weeks to feed the world. And this is what they call it, food crisis. A lot of books have been written on this. The End of Food. There is a book called The End of Food. And there are so many books, actually. I just mentioned now chicken, and you can just think about meat as well that people consume. So isn't it sad that we don't know the real taste of those creatures that we consume? I realized this recently, actually. And when I tasted the chicken. I say, Subhanallah, where is this taste? We have not tasted this, since we were young. You know, guys, wallahi, we missed this taste of real chicken. Happily raised chicken in a farm, not in cages. You have not seen those actually frozen chicken before they were slaughtered or brought to you. Otherwise, you would not, maybe, would like to even touch them, not eating them. How about frozen, processed meat, like burger, sausages, and the other things? How do you trust something that you have no idea even? Anyway, people now accepted it and they don't think about it. At the end, they think that they don't know what's wrong with their bodies. We are suffering now from cancer, not only here, everywhere, and people do not know why. You know, I don't want to go deeper into this, but the meat that you consume, also be careful. I don't know how to feed the world. They have maybe to do this. They have to do it to feed the whole world. Anyway, maybe in another session, inshallah, we'll speak about this in depth. So let's look at some wrong food practices in Ramadan. Really, this is happening. Of course, this is a cartoon for you, it's some kind of exaggeration here, but it has some kind of reality. People before iftar, they spend the whole day. Women, unfortunately, they are the victims. They spend the whole afternoon in the kitchen. What are they doing? They are preparing. What do they prepare? I don't know. It's a feast. They prepare a feast. I don't know why. Because they feel hungry at that time. And my advice to you, do not go shopping while you are hungry. Do not go shopping while you are hungry. Because when you are hungry, you just want things, and this is normal. So whatever you see in front of you, you just buy it. And that is not wise. You should not do that. It's like when you are tired, you want to relax. When you are hungry, you want to eat. So a lot of people, they just, whatever is served in front of them, they consume it. I don't know why. Who is forcing them to just, eat what's in front of them? It's becoming, as I told you now, culture. And they don't think about what Allah and His Prophet ordered them to do. So look at this. This is a real picture. And you may think this is not real. It is real. And we have some examples. Although maybe it's not as big as this. But sometimes you are invited to someone's house and they bring, food for 50 people. And you are the only one. Guys, this is happening here in Oman. I visited a number of people, and what they would serve like a lot of families. And I told him, why is this? He said, because they got used to it. They just give order. Assalamu alaikum. This person, he would order the people inside, maybe his wife. We have a guest today, so please, prepare food for him. And that's what they serve. It's not like as big as this, but when so much I'm telling you something that I saw by my eyes. So is this Islam? Wallahi, is this Islam? And why do we waste? Allah is ordering us not to waste, but people do not follow this. And at the end they say, Allah does not answer our prayers. This is not ikram. This is not the way to hospitalize your guests. What is the result of consuming a lot of food and eating a lot of food? One of the health consequences what happens? You become overweight, and then you become obese. And being obese is the door for all the diseases. It's the door of all the diseases. The Imam al-Salimi, rahimahullah, 100 and how many years back? 100 maybe and 9 or more. You know what he said? He said, لو سئل الأموات قالوا كلهم من بشمة البطون كان قتلهم. He said, all the dead people, they were asked about what is the cause of their death. He would say, to fill their stomach. من بشمة البطون. To fill their bellies with food. So, if you are obese and you eat a lot of food, this will attract a lot of diseases to your body. You will not have them maybe the first year or immediately. It takes a long time. First, you will be obese. You will have more cholesterol. Your veins maybe will be blocked with cholesterol. Your heart cannot pump the blood inside the veins. It will get tired. You will have heart disease. If you are consuming a lot of sugar and you are not burning it, your pancreas, what happens to it? Also, it gets tired. You get diabetes. So you have blood pressure. You are maybe lazy. You have cancer. You're likely to get cancer. And all other diseases. Imagine, just because the way you eat. I don't know why people a lot of people now, guys, are overweight. Not in Oman, almost everywhere, because of lifestyle. And here also in Oman, the number is increasing. Oman was not known for being, its people are not known for being overweight. It was other countries. But now we are following the trend. Why? You know why? Because of the change of lifestyle. Look at those fast food restaurants. They are everywhere. In the past, we did not have a lot of restaurants. Now, they are almost everywhere. And what do they serve? Healthy food? They serve fast food. And that fast food, generally speaking, consuming it regularly is unhealthy, and it will cause you diseases. And one of it, the first one, is to be overweight. Then, of course, we are not also criticizing the type of food that they serve, but that's a different thing, and we need maybe more time actually to discuss it. If you go and search in journals, accredited journals, well-known journals, you'll see that the solution for all those diseases, or for the main cause, which is overweight, is to fast. Subhanallah. They are not Muslims, but they have done research and they reached this conclusion. Allah has said He has prescribed this to you and to the previous nations. So Allah would not prescribe something unless it has benefit for people. So you need to know that the solution is in fasting. So what are the health benefits of fasting? It gives the digestive system a rest. You eat, for the whole day. Now when you fast, you guarantee that from dawn or before dawn till sunset, you let your digestive system to rest for a while. And this helps actually your body to do other functions, to get rid of toxins, to get rid maybe of things that the body doesn't need, to free your body from waste, and maybe also to get rid of fat. And we have other, I mean, you can just read, I mean, normalizes insulin sensitivity, can reduce your hunger levels, promotes the detoxification process, it whitens the eyes and clears the complexion. Really, you can see, I mean, on people's faces. It can boost the immune system, and you may lose weight, inshallah. This is one of the things that should be noticed in Ramadan or after Ramadan, inshallah. Other benefits of fasting, we are not here to list actually. We are not here to list all of them, but to give you some examples. I mean, for example, it promotes elimination of metabolic wastes. It increases the power of digestion and assimilation. And it helps your well-being in general. It gives you more spirituality. It gives you more spirituality because your body will become light. You don't busy your body for the whole day digesting the food. Okay, Ada? So, look at the hours of fasting. Now, because it's summer, it's one of the longest days in the year, so we fast almost for 15 hours now. And in winter, we fast only for 9 hours in winter. So it ranges between 9 and 15 here in Oman and in the surrounding areas. But maybe in Europe or near, the South and North Pole, they have longer either fasting hours or breaking fast hours. So during, eating time, how should you control your food? We have 9 hours now. We have 9 hours. How do you control your food? We need to think about that. You need to have, I will speak about it like one by one, but you need because 9 hours you can just divide I told you before, quantity, to have good nutrition, a healthy nutrition, you need to have 3 components: quality of food, quantity of food, and the time. When you eat, you need to think about this in Ramadan. Okay, Ada? So the first meal, if we are going to have 4 meals during the night, the first meal is what? Is iftar. And iftar is somehow a social practice. So you need to actually not to be tempted by others or attracted or pushed by others to follow them. This is my advice to you. Iftar, generally speaking, is what? Is a social gathering, is a social, event. So normally people just, be with the people and they eat what they eat. So they may serve you something that is unhealthy to start with. So please, be yourself in that gathering. Be yourself. Stick to your principles. Some people, they don't know. They just, like in a lot of mosques, now they serve rice and meat for iftar. Imagine, meat. Your stomach is empty for 15 or more than 15 actually, but let's say 15 hours. And you put meat which is greasy, fatty. Its nature is, the digestion needs a lot of hours, and the stomach is not ready for that action. You cannot just push people for a football match, for example, without having warming up. They will have, cramps. They will have, maybe they will tear their muscles, because you are asking them to do something that requires a lot of energy and needs preparation. So what are the etiquettes? What are the etiquettes when you actually break your fast? You should say this dua. This is the Prophet's dua, sallallahu alaihi wasallam. Dua for breaking the fast. ذهب الظما وابتلت العروق وثبت الأجر إن شاء الله تعالى. You can say also اللهم إني لك صمت وعلى رزقك أفطرت وبك آمنت وعليك توكلت ذهب الظما وابتلت العروق وثبت الأجر إن شاء الله تعالى. So the thirst is gone and the veins are moistened and the reward is guaranteed inshallah. Okay, so you say this dua and you start with what? We agree now. See guys, I'm trying to give you something which is very, very healthy. I'm trying now, the 4 meals I will describe to you, they are based on, let's say, I don't want to say research, but it's the recommendation of doctors, those who know in this area, in nutrition. So the first meal, and also it is the Prophet's also, it's the Prophet's advice and tradition. So in the iftar, the Prophet ﷺ, how did the Prophet ﷺ break his fast? By dates. And if he cannot find fresh dates, he would take dried dates. And if there are no dates, he would, what? He would, no, water. Subhanallah, who taught him this? Who told him this? They didn't have anything else? No, they did. But this is the way if you want to follow it. So how do you start your meal? After Maghrib, okay? Start with dates. And inshallah we'll speak why dates. We will speak about it. Why exactly dates? So take 3, 5, 7. I think would be enough for you if you want to stick to the standard. If you want more, it's halal, you can have more. But dates are, especially the dried dates, are sweet. They have sugar. They have sucrose. So we don't want you, to consume a lot. Although it is okay, but everyone is different. Some people maybe they have diabetes, so they are not recommended to consume a lot of dates. With what? With a cup of water, preferred or recommended, leban or milk. Khalas, stop. Bismillah, have some dates, water and leban, and I prefer water, okay? Stop. What did you do to your stomach when you did this? These are the lightest thing you put in your stomach and the things that your body needs at that time. You need energy. You get it from where? From the dates, of course, but the dates itself, it has vitamins, it has fibers, it has sugar, and this sugar is easily absorbed in minutes. So your body needs that at that time, and also it gives a wake-up call for the stomach that wake up, we have to start work, so warm up. This is what you are giving instructions to it will start working, quietly and gently. So please take care of your stomachs. Be gentle to them. Don't throw meat. Don't throw oily and greasy food. Be careful. It's very sensitive. If you have some fruits, you can. It's okay, but you don't have time. You need to go and pray. So eat this, go to pray, and your body, subhanallah, will benefit from this because it's empty and it goes inside and will be distributed without feeling lazy. But don't drink a lot of water. 2 cups to 3 will be enough for you. Even if you are thirsty. Still, it's not the end of the world. You can come back and drink. So don't be scared someone will take water from your life, from you. So be, as I told you, simple and just do this. Don't add anything to it. Okay, Ala, let's move. Why dates? Tell me, why dates? Number one, because the Prophet ﷺ did it. This is number one. Not because it's healthy. No, number one, because the Prophet ﷺ did it, you do it. If you really love him. إن كنتم تحبون الله فاتبعوني يحببكم الله. If you really love Allah, follow me and Allah will love you. So it's by following the Prophet, Allah will love you. So this is number one. And we believe that the Prophet would not do something unless he was inspired. He was really inspired. So when one of you, he said, when one of you is fasting, he should break his fast with dates. But if he cannot get any, then what? With water. For water is purifying. So, subhanallah. And I will ask you, why water? We'll go to that, the benefits of water. It was narrated that Anas bin Malik also said, the Messenger of Allah used to break his fast with fresh dates before praying. If there were no fresh dates, then he would take, dry dates. Then if not, he would take sips of water. So this is how you should do it, not only in Ramadan, in all your life. Because why do you call it breakfast? Why do you call breakfast? Why? Anybody would like to tell me? Yes, because you have been fasting for the whole night. In the morning, you break the fast. Even if you want to go and measure your what is sugar in your blood, the doctor will ask you fast for the whole night. Don't eat. Maybe fast for 10 hours, they say. So you come and we check your sugar in your blood. So you need to fast. So that's why. So even when you break your fast in normal days, not in Ramadan, this is how you should do it. You should start with dates. And please teach your kids. Serve them dates first. Teach them this. Make it as a normal thing, as a habit, that they start with dates. So why dates? Limiting oneself to date and water when breaking the fast is very beneficial because it introduces food into the stomach gradually so that it will be prepared to receive food after that. There is a narration also by the Prophet, Allahu A'lam, to what extent it's accurate, but from a health perspective, it's correct. What does it say? It says that in Arabic, don't put inside your stomach something that the fire has touched. Have you heard of this before? Do not start with something that fire has touched. What does it mean, fire has touched? Means cooked. So the stomach is very sensitive. So be careful, as I told you. So eat things that are natural, not touched by fire, not cooked. Because when you cook something, actually, what do? In its chemistry, you change something. So it will transfer from one thing to another. And the more you cook things, maybe the more your stomach needs time to digest it. It becomes more complicated, right? Okay? So why dates again? The Prophet ﷺ, indeed in dates there is a cure. Okay? And there you can say that dates contain substantial amount of dietary fiber and therefore are beneficial in improving digestive system, especially in treatment of constipation. Dates are extremely rich in minerals as well as vitamin A, B1, B2, B3, and C. They don't contain cholesterol and other forms of harmful fats. So they are very, very healthy. You cannot. Another thing I would like to add to you, alhamdulillah, and maybe I mentioned this before, that trust dates, especially here in Oman. الحمد لله رب العالمين. يهديني ويهديكم ويصلح بالكم. I mean, trust dates because they are organic. They are natural. People have not played with yet. They have not played with them yet. They are still as how Allah created them. People grow them here for their consumption, not for mass consumption. So no chemicals, alhamdulillah. And generally speaking, they are not, played with by people genetically or no, they don't have. They are not even given chemicals to fruit. They are given the natural, fertilizers. And these are more. You can just go through it. More, benefits of dates. So you can see nutrients, vitamins, and minerals. It has potassium. See, potassium is very important. And we'll talk about that for suhoor. Recommended to have dates because it has potassium, 19%. See, and it has carbohydrates, so it gives you energy. It has calories. Okay, Ala? Water. Since we are in summer, you are going to be dehydrated because you are going to lose a lot of water from your body. So how do you you need water. So please take care of water. But how do you drink it? I'll explain it, inshallah. Let's now, just before we go to that, let's see why water. Why do we need water? You need to know that it's very important for you because it helps to lose weight. It gives you healthy skin. It fights the infection. It gets rid of the body toxins. It's your body needs it for a lot of, things that your body does. It gives you energy. It aids in regulating body temperature. It helps to maintain pH balance. It helps in breathing and metabolism. So in Ramadan, you are not going to drink during the day and it's summer. So you need to drink water, enough water. But don't drink only one time and you say, I drank maybe 1 bottle of water and that's it. No, it doesn't work that way. Okay? Lala? This is, how much water do you need? You need to ask yourself. It depends on your weight. This is according to doctors. And the equation is there. Recommended to drink 35 milliliter per kg of the body weight per day. So someone whose weight is 70 kilograms, you just multiply 70 by 35, so you get over 2.4, it means like 2.5 liters during the day. This is the recommended amount of water that the person needs. And subhanallah, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has created something inside us. And the urine gives you indication of the amount of water maybe that you need. It gives you this, can you see these variations of the yellow color? So if you see the urine is white, it means you have enough water. And the darker it goes, it means you are dehydrated. And if it is very, very dark, be careful. It seems maybe you don't drink enough water. So this is, subhanAllah, Allah created it in a way that to indicate that, to give you indication that you need water and how, at what level or at what degree you are in. But not always. We don't want to give this as, a rule, because sometimes, the things that you drink or eat will affect the color of the urine, especially some fruits or some veggies. They leave the color inside your body, so that will affect. So be careful when you see it. Don't get scared. It's because of something that you have eaten. Okay, so the second meal, we finished now the iftar. But for the water, you need to distribute water. I mean, as I told you, if you need 2 liters, for example, you will see them here in the different meals. I wrote them like in the iftar, in the breakfast, you have like 2 cups. In the second meal, the third meal, the fourth meal, you need to drink water, 1 or 2. Okay, throughout all the meals. But I don't advise you to, as I told you, just drink 5, 7, 8 just because you are thirsty, and that's it. You say, I have finished my what? Yeah, a liter and a half for the day. Okay, the second meal is what? Is a main meal. It's not like the breakfast. Now you have prepared your stomach to receive water. So after Maghrib prayer, you come back and try to have a small plate of salad, soup, of veggies, a moderate quantity of rice or bread, meat, fish, chicken in a moderate way, a cup or 2 of water. So you can eat the other, types of food, but moderately, please, moderately. So you have more time now to eat, and your stomach is ready to consume, let's say heavy, or let's say cooked food. Okay, Lala? Now the third meal is light. See? You will go after second meal, you go and pray Taraweeh, then you come back. Now, at this time of the year, it's 9:30. So when you come back after 1 hour of prayer, because you will spend around 1 hour in the Taraweeh, Isha and Taraweeh, around 1 hour. So what do? Try to have a light meal before you go and sleep. What is that? Fruits, yogurt, a cup or 2 of water. But don't miss water. It's very important. You don't have to eat something. You don't have to eat this. But water is very important. You can skip everything here, but water, no. Try at least in every hour or 2 hours, make sure you drink a cup of water, because you need it and your body needs it. Okay? And fruits, fruits, mashallah, now they have watermelon, mashallah, is full of water. So by eating fruits, you actually are consuming liquids and water. The fourth meal will be suhoor, before dawn, and do not miss suhoor, because the Prophet, subhanallah, he encouraged us, he urged us to not to miss suhoor and to have it, because it has barakah. Barakah of time, that time is barakah. Your prayers will be answered. And barakah of the time of the food, because that is the last station. And I remember Sheikh Khalfan al-Aysari, rahimahullah, he gave this example, to encourage people to have suhoor. He said, if you are going, for example, to Salala, you will stop somewhere in Adam to fill your car, because it's the last station, the last in this area, before you have another one in Haima. That was in the past. Now maybe you have a couple of them, but in the past, you will stop there and you make sure that it is full in that petrol station. So this is the same thing here. See, he gave that example, and every time I think about it, although it's a normal example, but it's really logical. And in suhoor, تسحروا ولو بقرعة من ماء تسحروا فإن في السحور بركة. So this is the last time, destination, then you will start fasting. But be careful, don't eat heavy food. Just rice or bread, some carbohydrates, salads with salt, Sorry, without salt. I'm sorry. Yeah, it is without salt. But I just want to make sure that it is without salt. Sodium is actually causing you to be thirsty. So be careful. Be careful in Ramadan. Do not consume a lot of salty food, especially at night. It's not good for your kidneys. Even if you are not going to get thirsty, but it's unhealthy for your kidneys. Fruits. Try to have fruits, salad of fruits or fruit salad. A cup or two of water. Some people, they drink 4, 5, 6 cups of water, and this is not good for them. Or they have rice and meat. They eat a lot. Why? Because they say, you'll have a very long day. No. Now let me be frank with you and try to be frank with me. Alhamdulillah, yesterday was the first day. Did you get tired, so hungry? So hungry? Alhamdulillah, it was although it was the first day, should be hard. The other days will be normal and fine. But subhanallah, although it was a long day, and you felt thirsty. Did you have suhoor? Did you drink water? What did you have for suhoor? And did you go in the sun during the day?
I was surprised. I was really very thirsty.
Yeah, this is strange. Either you had something before, or you did not have enough water before the suhoor, or you ate something that has salt, so that absorbed the water that you had in your body. Or you went in the sun. You went in the sun, so that also, or you worked hard outside. It doesn't have to be in the sun, in a hot place. That also will cause that.
Yeah, because I have sheltered some cats in my courtyard, and she has just littered. So I was very anxious for the baby. So I was in and out until the hot.
So that maybe will take some part of your, liquids and energy. Okay? But alhamdulillah, it's easy. And here at the end, I have some tips for general tips for you. Do not skip suhoor, the food that is, before dawn. It's very important. Keep it as a habit, because that is a way to eat, a time to eat, and also at least, to pray before Fajr. Pray 2 rak'at, 4, 6, 8. Ask Allah during that time. That's the time of asking Allah. That's the time of answering your prayers, inshallah. And also it prepares you for Fajr, because after you have this, you go immediately for Fajr prayer. Then don't overeat during iftar. Don't have dinner. Then when you go to pray Taraweeh, you feel you are heavy, you cannot concentrate, or you don't feel, let's say, spiritually elevated, because you have heavy things and your body is actually busy digesting, fat, meat, heavy, your stomach is full. So please avoid that. Avoid eating fried foods, salty foods, and high sugar food. I don't want to say do not eat it at all. By my advice, minimize it. Instead of eating like 4 samosas, have 1. Instead of having luqaymat, why? Luqmat al-qadi, why do you eat a lot? Take 1 or 2 or 3, enough. Say enough to yourself. So limit the food that you put inside, limit it. You can have different kinds, but limit it. Drink as much water as possible. This is very, very important. Water is very important, but as I told you, do not over drink water. Okay? Have this, what do they call it? Mashakik of think of this, try it. Try this. Fruits. It's very, attracting for kids maybe, but don't cook it. Do not cook it. Do not put it in the fire. Do not grill it. Put it in this way. And so have fruits in Ramadan. They have fibers. they have sugar, they have vitamins, they have minerals. So what things that you need to have in Ramadan? Have food cooked in oven, okay? I mean, food that is not fried, that is maybe grilled or in the oven. So you minimize the amount, the fat and the oil that is in the food. Omani bread, when you have it, try not to have it in Ramadan with ghee, semen al-Omani. Try not to have it with ghee because it has fat and you need to minimize that. Or don't have a lot. Try to have roasted or grilled meat or chicken, not fried. Avoid frying chicken. Avoid it. Alhamdulillah, there are, some kind of cookers that you put the meat or the chicken and you don't add any kind of oil and it will just cook it for you easily and it's more healthy. It's healthier, inshallah. What else? Sweet that are prepared from high quality of nutrients. If you want to have sweet and you are, addicted to sweet, try to have good quality sweet. Don't just eat those, processed or ready-made, cakes or with creams. You don't know what type of colors they used in those creams. So if you are going to make something that is sweet, I advise you something. What I do at home, I use honey. Alhamdulillah, I don't have sugar at home. I have sugar cane, brown sugar, but not from the market, from some people. It's Omani, but we don't use it a lot. We use honey instead. Why honey? Because why do you use sugar? Tell me why. Because you want something sweet. But that white sugar is not natural in that form. But if you use honey, you get the sweetness, number one, that you are looking for. Number two, honey is not only sweet. It has other nutrients that are very healthy for your body. So you gain other things, other nutritious elements. Okay, so no sugar, alhamdulillah. I advise you also to quit using this white sugar because you only get one thing of the benefits of the whole thing. The other things are removed, the fibers from the white sugar. Okay, Anna? What do you need to avoid or minimize? Fried food. Try your best. I know that you like it, but try not to have so much of it. Okay? Try to have limited amount of it. Number two, food that has high concentration of sugar. And some people, they don't think about the sugar that they put in the food. Like tea, for example. I don't know how many people put a lot of spoons of sugar. Why? Some sweets that they make very sweet. You cannot eat like a portion of it. I don't know why are they so sweet. Just because they got used to it. And the last one, food with oily or contains a lot of fat. Some people, they make salunat laham, laham soup, and they don't remove the fat from the meat, and it becomes very oily, and they eat it. That will increase your cholesterol. That will block the veins. Okay? So try to avoid that. Try to avoid things that are concentrated with one material. Salt, spices. Some people, they use a lot of spices in their food. Okay? I know some people are so addicted to tea and coffee. But in Ramadan, try to avoid it. Not because it's unhealthy, but because some kind of tea, even green tea or sa'tar, thyme, it's called time, or coffee, what do? They urge you to go to the toilet. And you don't want to lose the water that you have in your body. I learned this actually, like, we like herbal drinks. But some of them, if you drink, they should not be drunk at night, because you will not sleep at night. You will wake up like 3, 4, 5, 6 times to go to the toilet. And you are going to be dehydrated. Okay? Soft drinks. Till now, I have no one convinced me why do they drink soft drinks. If you have a reason, if you have a good, logic or a reason, I'm really interested to know why still people drink soft drinks. Who can tell us why? Huh? Any other drink? Like what?
Coffee also has its own good or bad. Anything if you drink it not in moderate or you over drink, of course it will cause you harm.
Okay, when you drink the soft drink, do you know what it contains?
So people will just drink it maybe for the taste. Yeah.
For what case?
Taste.
For what for the taste?
For the bubbly gas, for the
يعني
these drinks now contain certain components that if you addicted to it. So it's like a craving, your body craves for it.
yeah, you crave for it because you got addicted to it.
Like a smoker craves nicotine in his blood.
Yeah.
He has to smoke. Okay, I don't buy it.
Alhamdulillah. Yes. Alhamdulillah. Yeah, subhanallah. People are so educated and they just drink it and they are destroying, because this is really not the colors, the ingredients that it has, they are not benefiting your body. But people just, as you say, it's just because we grew up with it, we drink it. We used to drink it when we were young. And now when I reflect, I think, I don't know. I was unaware of this. I was ignorant. I regret the past now. Because why did I drink it? Just, not because it was brought for us for free or, I don't know. Yes.
Some sports authorities, they have banned a drink called Red Bull because they say it enhances the performance and ability of a person. So it's not okay.
Yeah.
But it's still drunk by all of them.
See? How can we educate people? People have to be educated. Yes, Nayar? Yes, ways of cooking. This is the one maybe before the last. Ways of cooking. There are healthy ways and there are unhealthy ways. The healthy ones, steam cooking, grilling, boiling, and oven cooking. And the unhealthy one, frying, using a lot of fat, and using a lot of spices. So try to avoid this. Yes, Nayar? Try to choose the best ways for your family. And these are, some tips also. Yes, Nayar? And this is the last thing, last tips. Try to find out where your problems exist and determine to solve it. You need to look at yourselves now after you leave this room. Okay? Go home and think about what you have, what things that you should not have. Why do we have it at home? Who is forcing you to have it, or how did it come to your house? So you decide upon that. Try to have healthy food and drinks as possible. Try. I know people like Vimto, for example, and mashallah, in the markets they sell it in what do they call it? Akwam. What is it? Heaps. When you see heaps of bottles of Vimto. And it seems that people drink it and it's unhealthy. So try to, instead of having it every day, try to have it maybe once a week. And the last one, try to do it gradually. And every time you work on something, one by one. Try to work on your change. Try to do it gradually. And Allah, inshallah subhanahu wa ta'ala, will help you. But I think this is the end. Okay. Any questions? Any comment? Yes.
At the time of taking the fast,
Yes.
dua is actually after you have taken the bread and the water, or you can start before?
Yeah, this is like, some people say before, other people say after, but that time is, you say Bismillah, you can eat and you can say it after. Some people say that, yes, you say Bismillah, you eat and you say. But also to say it before is as if you have done it, khalas. Even if you have not done it, but you have this dua as if you have done it. Allahumma inni laka sumtu. Khalas, you are breaking the fast. It's only like less than a second and you will, break your fast. But some people, as you said, yes, they should say it after. But it does not, affect. العكس to say it before, to me, is better than after. Why? Because if I say it before, I will say it after waiting for a long time. But after you finish, you will be busy, you want to rush to the masjid. You feel you are busy there, but you say it before, alhamdulillah, before you are getting busy. But both of them, will be fine, inshallah. Yes. As I told you, you can do that, but when you reach to that stage, as if you have done it. مثلا تقولي وإحنا وصلنا. We have arrived to if you are coming from wherever, from a different country, you say Alhamdulillah wasalna. But still your house is very far. But you say wasalna. Yes, you arrived Oman, but you have not arrived your house. But sometimes it's not a very long distance. So this is like when you get to that, the food is in your hand. The dates will be in your hand. Allahumma laka sumtu, khalas. So you can say it in both. I know that it gives the meaning that you have already done it past. But this can be used for something that will happen. You know what I mean? Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, I don't want to go deeper into this, but Allah used the past tense for something future. For something future that would happen in the hereafter. Sometimes He used the past tense. But what does it mean? It means that it will definitely happen. So you have that feeling that you have done it, even if you have not done it. The iftar in front of you, the food. Questions? Everything is clear, no comments? Something I said that you need to clarify? Thank you very much. Yes? What? You can have it for whatever you like. Inshallah. You can have it for iftar. Try it today. Try it. And try it for suhoor. But maybe for iftar it's more delicious. You know why? Because you are hungry and you see it in front of you. You just eat it. Right? For suhoor you are tired. You just wake up. And also it will be fun. Huh? خلاص إن شاء الله. He will get it إن شاء الله. جزاكم الله خير. سبحانك اللهم وبحمدك نشهد أن لا إله إلا أنت نستغفرك اللهم ونتوب إليك. Oh Allah, bless our fasting, and may Allah, oh Allah, make us righteous. Oh Allah, help us. To make this Ramadan easier, and let us recite the Holy Quran during the day and during the night. And may Allah also free us from the hellfire, save us from hellfire, save our parents, our children, our ummah from the hellfire. وصلى الله على سيدنا محمد وعلى آله وصحبه وسلم ولا حول ولا قوة إلا بالله العلي العظيم. جزاكم الله خير.